What's going on, guys? We're live. We're recording. Blessed Grounds. Giving you guys a tour and just what they're all about. So I'm really hoping you guys enjoy everything that we're going to be filming for you guys. It's a little bit of surprise content for you guys. I don't think anybody knew. So hope you guys enjoy some of this tour. And me and my wife are here and we're super excited. It's been great. It's been awesome to see what happens behind the scenes.
They've been super helpful, explanational to give you guys kind of the grasp of what they do here and what the mission is behind what they're doing. So wish you guys could be here to actually like be in it. It's so cool. Like they have their roaster in the back. They have their different forms of making coffee up front. Everybody's just hanging out, sitting down with us and kind of giving us that personable experience that they're all about here. So it's been awesome.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Ricky T is coming soon.
It's coming back.
I'm really excited. Let's get on with this.
Could you explain to us a little bit of the process, what it means to be a specialty grade coffee, what you guys serve here?
So coffee and wine are actually very similar. They're both graded on the scale of 0 to 100. So anything that's going to score an 80 or above is actually classified as specialty grade. Everything that is between 82 and 87 is what we have. We do have one bean that's actually right on the cusp of 90. So it was a Cup of Excellence Award winner scoring a 92.5. You're very hard pressed to find something that high. It's exponentially rare, so it is there, but you're not gonna likely find it. So this is green coffee. Once it's gone through the entire process, 2 of these beans will actually make up a pit of a cherry. I don't know if you can see that. So that makes up a pit of a cherry before it's processed and dried out. Based on where this cherry is grown in terms of the equator and the elevation at which it's grown, it's going to bring through various roasting profiles. So with those profiles and flavors, then the cupping, so it's called a quality grader or a Q grader, which is equivalent to a sommelier in wine. So they'll go through and do a professional cupping where they do a dry smell, a wet smell, and then they'll taste it. Based on where their score is with all the training that they've had, if it's at 80 or above, it will be specialty grade. So we have everything 82 to 87, as I said, and it's just phenomenal. If one thing is ruined within specialty grade, so from the picking of the cherry to the drying out to the delivering to the temperature, humidity, et cetera, so on and so forth, all the way to the way we brew the coffee, if we mess up a tiny bit of the ratio, specialty grade status can be gone like that. So everything has to be done extremely intricately to keep it specialty grade.
Wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
So it's super cool. All of our blends that we have are actually done by us. So we measure everything out. We have to account for the loss ratio. So everything that we put in the roaster as a green bean, it's going to come out with a less amount. So there's usually a 19% loss ratio. So we'll have to do the math and make sure that we get the correct amount.
Okay.
And then each blend has a ratio. Unfortunately, we don't give our blends out, but some of them are going to be 50 and 50. Some of them will be 40, 40, and 20. It really just depends. This one actually happens to be 40, 40, 20. So we go over here. We turn our roaster on, which I already did that. So this is kind of cool to see behind the scenes. And then we just pour them in here, one at a time. All right, and then we go here and we just turn on our mixer. So depending on how big the roast is, sometimes I'll let it blend for about 10 to 15 minutes just to be safe. It's not necessary to do it exactly that long, but With this one being smaller, I'll probably let it blend for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we'll drop it and then go through the whole bagging process. Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this is our Hodos blend, so it's going to be that German chocolate cake and vanilla bean. Interestingly enough, though, one of the components of this bean, the single origin, tastes like tomato juice. Yeah, so it's very interesting how they'll actually complement each other. So with that tomato and then another component, in my opinion, tastes very chocolatey. But when you put those two together, it really tastes like German chocolate cake. So it's wild. Yeah. So this is kind of our mixing process.
What's going on, guys? So we're gonna go over basically the coffee tasting. I know some of you guys that watch, we've talked about it a lot of times with Blessed Grounds, and this is probably one of the unique things really that attracts people here. So we're gonna walk through it like step by step of what it looks like. We're gonna only do, I believe, a portion because we don't have like the science coffee and things of that nature. So that's fine, but definitely something that you guys wanna come and check out and call ahead, figure that stuff out. So if you guys are gonna come and check them out in that sense, well, we're about to walk you through it. So let's get started.
Okay, so everything that we roast here at Blessed Grounds, we actually cup. So we're gonna go through the coffee cupping process that the professional Q graders go through. So with Coffee Etiquette 101, I already told you this, but I'm gonna tell you again, we're gonna step back away from the table. We don't want any jarring on the table because once we actually pour water into this, any jar can break the crust that it forms, which will release gases that we don't want released just yet. So we're gonna actually go ahead and do first a dry smell. So this is our Hodos blend. There are specific flavor profiles that will come out, but I kind of want you to see what you get personally through. So we're just gonna go ahead and smell the coffee. You can get your nose right down in the cup and you're gonna smell, yeah, you might want to turn your hat backwards. And if you need to tear out your senses, you can actually smell your skin, and that'll kind of tear your senses out for you.
Perfect. Tearing my senses.
Yep, and then I usually actually put my hair back for this just 'cause.
That was a...
Do you smell anything specific?
I smell a lot of sweetness
Yeah.
through it. That's what hits me the most right away. Like it's the most dominant thing that
Yeah.
I smell.
I get a lot of like caramely chocolate in this. Normally with a coffee cupping, you don't want to speak at all. You'll go through and you'll kind of take notes on what you smell just so you don't say something and then it triggers something in someone else's mind. But we are going to speak through this one just for the audience. Now what we're going to do, so I'm going to start the timer. If I can get it to start. And I'm going to pour over. Now we're gonna go through and do a wet smell. So you're gonna smell something different than probably what you had smelled with the dry smell. So we're gonna come right up to it. It got on my nose. Which happens a lot.
No, it smells just
Yeah.
regular.
So
coffee
here
first.
you can kind of see that it jarred a little bit, and it was probably just from me actually setting the spoon on the table, which is how finicky it is. So this is a broken crust.
Okay.
So you can kind of see that. I'll have you actually break this one. So now it's 4 minutes, so I'm gonna have you come over here and you're gonna break the crust. So you're gonna put your nose right up to it and you're gonna do 3 strokes back. Start at the beginning of the cup.
So I'm doing this.
You're gonna push it backwards.
Oh, backwards.
Yep, and then smell it. So you're gonna push the coffee, yep, 3 times.
Whoa, that is a ton different than...
And then you can just rinse your spoon out. Wild, huh?
Yeah. Like, I got 3 different... I wouldn't know how to explain it exactly, but I do 3 different smells. It wasn't like one smell.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and do the next step real quick, so we just have to take the crust off. So And then we're gonna go ahead and also taste it, but it's still a little bit hot right now, so we typically wait until 7 minutes. If you are okay with hot coffee, you can do it now, which is about 5:30, or you can wait till 6. I prefer to wait till 6:37.
I'm not a big, super hot coffee, burn my tongue.
Okay, we will wait till 7.
Awesome. Do you want to talk through the process really quick of what you just did and why you did the scooping? Like,
Yes. So essentially what I had him do was break the crust. So when you pour the boiling water over the coffee, it's going to form a crust with those grinds. And once you break that crust, more gases are released, so you smell something fully different than what you had initially smelled. And then to take that crust off is basically like, I like to think of it as digging past that crust on a loaf of bread to get to the good stuff, honestly. So that would be a lot of grinds in your mouth if you were to actually taste it with the crust. So now what we have set here is just the coffee. When you go through and actually do this tasting, so you're gonna do just a little bit on a spoon and use your diaphragm. So it's very interesting and not the most attractive, but we're just gonna look past that right now, and you're gonna really like breathe in with your diaphragm and purse your lips. Your goal is to get the coffee to hit every taste bud in your mouth. So you really, I'll do it real quick. So you really want it to like go, yeah. You want it to go everywhere. And then you're gonna rinse your cup after, and so once you do that, you're gonna taste probably more than what you had smelled. So it might be a shocker to your taste buds. So you can go ahead and try it if you want.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, oftentimes I inhale it, literally, and I choke. So try not to do that. Don't be like me.
Okay, diaphragm breathing.
Yeah, you really want to do one little like.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting my diaphragm here. All right. So. I think I got it correctly.
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah,
That
so then
was-
you'll rinse your cup. So typically in a normal coffee cupping, you'll want to step back just so you don't have all the overage back into the cup.
Yes.
But it's just yours, so it's fully okay. And then you can do this 3 times in a row is what I like to do. It gets you really that flavor in your mouth, and you can, at that point, analyze what you're tasting.
Let's see. Step back. That was different than the first time.
Yeah, very interesting.
Whoa, shaky hands. It's like first time was sweet, then it was like middle, and then the last one I can taste the dark.
Yeah.
Of the coffee. All right, guys, that was very much interesting. It was super unique, and lack of better terms, it was pretty bougie. I think that was pretty awesome. I mean, it does take coffee to another level where you're understanding more of what it means, like to actually consume the coffee versus just I need coffee for caffeine. It kind of allows you to appreciate what you're taking in and why you're having it, and it allows you to be a little bit like a different type of bougie. Like people think bougie is like, you know, getting your crazy little mixes with all types of creams, but I think like this, going down to the size of the bean and understanding like how it's roasted, what type of flavors and notes, and actually now knowing like what really that means when you see it on the bag and it says, you know, these are the notes of tastes that you should be like being able to feel with the taste profiles. That was pretty much like kind of mind blowing. I've never done anything like this before. And I mean, I enjoy it. I love coffee, and I think this is like wine. So it's like you go to a wine tasting, you go to a coffee tasting. It broadens and opens up more of the eyes of like narrow minding of what coffee is typically to what it should be like as a standard. I think because then you honestly know the quality of coffee that you're intaking. Higher quality, I would assume, means like a healthier coffee for the person too.
Yes.
And essentially it just creates that healthier being. It's a natural source of energy, and so that will be a healthier source for ourselves. So again, everybody, we talk about them a lot. If you guys love what you guys saw, definitely reach out to them, check them out online, use our code, get a discount. But on top of that, if you guys are looking to do a similar like coffee tasting, make your way out to Tucson. Make sure you call ahead of time so they can plan some things for you guys. and then you guys are able to go through a little bit more. And I think the coffee tastings that you guys hold are a lot longer than what we did, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because they go through different processes with coffee, not just what we did right now. So if you guys are enjoying that, make sure to check that out. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been your boy. Catch you later.